Coming up on the Sci-Fi Channel.
O'Brien, Jarek, and Jaws. Where are you going to find that kind of enthralling, enlightening entertainment? Only one place, here on The Buzz.
We're plugging in The Buzz for May 14th, which, by the way, is the birthday of a famous sci-fi fantasy creator. Stay tuned. We'll stumble down into Bob's basement for a look at more famous studio cast-offs. Deep Space Nine's Colm Meany says working on the show is a blast. And an incredible new animation device that creates digital actors.
Hi everybody, I'm Bros, B-R-O-Z, and you're actually watching Sci-Fi Buzz, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, fish face. Shark boy, come here. Wrong effect. It's not Spielberg, it's George Lucas's birthday. Come on over, everybody. It's party time. Yes, we're celebrating George Lucas's birthday here at Sci-Fi Central on Sci-Fi Buzz. Yes, 51 years ago today, May 14th, George entered our galaxy. Now today, he tells us he's banging away on his home laptop there, working on 3 prequels to Star Wars, due out sometime in 1998 and 99. And we also hear some good news for you Jurassic Park fans. Michael Crichton says he's almost finished with the sequel. It will be in store sometime at the end of the year. And Steven Spielberg plans to do the second Jurassic Park movie for release in the summer of 1997. And let's talk about the present. Don't you think Deep Space Nine is looking a lot better? Oh, yeah. We think the reason is that some of the production staff from The Next Generation is now working on Deep Space Nine. Another reason you might want to check it out once again is a very fine actor by the name of Colm Meany.
Just what did happen at that security checkpoint, Chief?
The weapon sensors must have overloaded in all his various gear, sir.
Working on a long-running television show can get tedious for any actor. But Colm Meany, who plays Chief O'Brien on Star Trek Deep Space Nine, has found the secret to series satisfaction.
You know, I still enjoy doing the series, and but I also, one of the reasons I still enjoy doing it as much as I do is because I get out quite frequently to do other things, which kind of breaks it up for me.
This is our honored guest, Miss Elizabeth.
The Irish-born actor has a thriving film career that he tends to during Deep Space Nine's yearly production hiatus. His latest big-screen effort is The Englishman Who Went Up a Hill But Came Down a Mountain. Meany plays a libidinous Welsh innkeeper named Morgan the Goat. Tackling these other roles has eliminated any fear of typecasting, a common concern among actors who dwell in the Star Trek universe.
It's funny, you know, different places, like in Los Angeles, yeah, and a lot of, like, say, in the Midwest or something, you'd find a lot of people recognize me from the show. But then you go somewhere like Santa Barbara, I remember. I got a lot of people recognizing me from The Commitments, and you know, it's funny, different places, there's different pockets. Like New York is usually more to do with films I've done than Star Trek.
When you go back, you have to find out what happened and stop it.
While many actors flee TV forever for moviedom, Meany has no such plans. A big reason is the camaraderie he shares with the other actors aboard Deep Space Nine's bustling space station.
We've got a good bunch of actors there and there's no major ego trips going on anywhere, so it's good humoured and good tempered for the most part. So that makes it easy to do a series week in, week out. If there's a lot of crap flying around, it can be very boring. And fortunately we don't have that.
Deep Space Nine wraps up a 3rd season this June. And if its success in syndication is any indication, it won't be beaming off the airwaves anytime soon. While this would come as welcome news to most hardworking actors, Meany finds the prospect of long-term employment a bit daunting.
Freelance actors are funny. I think they become addicted to their insecurity. You know, your insecurity is very important to you. And I started to realize before I did this gig that I was worried about losing my insecurity. To know what you're going to be doing for the next 6 years was like scary, because I'm used to being insecure.
This is Mike
McLaughlin calling from Hartford, Wisconsin. And I'd like to suggest to fans of comics out there that DC's new Power of Shazam, revamped Captain Marvel for the 90s. The artwork alone is worth the price of the book. Covers are beautiful by Mr. Jerry Ordway. They're all painted. The insides written by Mr. Ordway, and the layouts are by Peter Cross and Mike Manley. And it's just a good read, and it's fun and exciting like comics used to be.
It's been 20 years since Jaws scared a nation of beachgoers. And watch your step, we're going to Bob's Basement next.
Sci-Fi Buzz is brought to you by Eagle. Test drive an Eagle Vision at your local Eagle dealer.
Today at the Eagle Test Drive sale, Sam Higgins is trading in his Celica for an Eagle Vision.
That's right, my boss loves his. 3.3-liter engine, 161 horses. Besides, I am up for a big promotion.
A little V6 chit-chat goes a long way with the boss.
It reminds me of a Lexus, but Vision's a lot less.
See, that's going to look good on a resume.
And with the money I saved,
I'm going to get the power sunroof. Smart thinking like that is going to get you out of the mailroom.
Get up to $1,850 off Eagle Vision during the Eagle Test Drive sale.
Have you ever put your heads together
I see a slight tear in his
when you're not together?
And you recommend immobilization?
I see no need for surgery.
See? You will. And the company that'll bring it to you, AT&T.
Introducing Alka-Mints. For heartburn, they not only have more hard-working medicine than Tums, but people prefer the taste of Alka-Mints 2 to 1. Hey, that's more yums than Tums. Get it? Alka-Mints. Feeling better fast. Never tasted so good.
One magazine speaks to the sailor, sailing world. Learn how to maneuver small boats in tight quarters and large ones where inches count. Read about major regattas like the America's Cup and the latest developments in professional sailing.
Guys ready?
If you want to improve your sailing performance, you should read Sailing World too.
Call 800-652-4242. Subscribe now and get 12 issues of Sailing World for only $12. Order now.
You are watching Sci-Fi Buzz on the Sci-Fi Channel.
It's here, and only here, on the Sci-Fi Channel. Get ready for high energy, high impact anime from Japan.
Is this Fantasia?
It's not kid stuff, kid. It's the real thing. Animation like you've never seen before. Grown-up animation that kicks.
Bingo!
When the Sci-Fi Channel presents the 3rd Annual Festival of Anime, beginning tomorrow at 9 Eastern.
And now, once again, it's time to go to Bob's Basement to visit one of the world's biggest collectors of science fiction memorabilia and the guy who really knows his way around a dumpster, Bob.
Bob, I told you I'd be Bob. I want to see that Terminator 2 stuff.
Oh, I got plenty of that. No good.
I get the feeling we were being followed.
Yeah, I kind of thought that.
Cool. Terminator props are us.
That's right.
Wow, including this thing. This thing went through the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Linda Hamilton.
Great thing.
Man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Isn't that neat?
Oh, what about this stuff?
Well, this is all part of a what they call like an endoskeleton. It's the thing Arnold really is underneath. And these are all pieces. This is part of a hip, part of a chest. This is part of a skull, the hands. Now, these are actually all made out of like fiberglass and resin and stuff, and have been chromed and stuff. So they look very, very much like real metal, but it's not at all. But it really does.
Well, this really looks like metal.
Doesn't it, though? I know, it really does. But these are the ones that were wrecked in the battlefield and all smashed. Now, these little shard things down here, now those, what they actually are, that's when he got frozen and he fell into like millions of pieces all over the place.
Sure.
So they had to make up, tons and tons of those.
And what's that made out of?
That's just, that is just fiberglass, too, is all it is. It's nothing but fiberglass. And then we have Pizza Face there. He's, well, you can see why he's called Pizza Face.
Yeah.
He was the, I guess the T-1000 when he was inside the truck, and Arnold climbed up on the hood with a noose. Sure. And they wiggled him around and made him squiggle all over the place.
About that traffic ticket, officer.
That's it.
Hey,
now,
Pizza Face.
The interesting thing about those bullet hits there, they're actually made out of foam rubber and been chromed, which is really pretty weird, But this is the coup de grace here.
Wow.
This is the HK Hunter Killer tank. And this is the thing, it was in the future war that ran over the skulls and was shooting the rays at everybody and all
toward the
that
beginning
kind
of the
stuff.
movie, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And I will give you a little demo on this now. I can't guarantee exactly what it may do, but I'll try. But now it's on its way.
You've actually got it working.
Oh, yeah. And it does its own little thing. And so, you know, it's just like anything it goes, oh, if that...
Well, get that out of here.
If that thing starts to get on you, I don't know what it'll do. It may go off on you.
Boy, it looks heavy. Is it?
Oh, it's pretty heavy. You're on kind of the mechanics in it, basically. But it's mainly fiberglass and vacuum-formed plastic, really.
So what's your fantasy, to, like, take this out on the streets of L.A.?
Well, yeah, I'd like to do that. Plus, I'd like to take it out and make a lawnmower out of it down the front yard. I think it would make a real neat lawnmower.
What do your neighbors think of you?
I'd rather not go into that right now.
Oh, I forgot about this thing. Now, Arnold actually wore this in the movie. See? This wound. Isn't that cool? It's just a flesh wound. I'll survive. This is really great stuff.
Isn't it fun stuff, though? It's really good. I really love it.
Never turn your back on me. Hey, thanks for the visit.
That's okay, Mike. Yeah.
This is Ethan Parker calling from Lawrence, Kansas, and I'm calling to recommend a great sci-fi series out there set in the Mutant Chronicles universe. It's a 3-book series, with the first one entitled In Lunacy by William F. Wu. The second one is Frenzy by John Allen Price. And the third one is Dementia by Michael A. Stackpole. It's a story of many adventurers going through a world of corporate-driven madness. I think you would really like it.
It was 20 years ago this summer that the motion picture Jaws took a big bite out of the nation's box office, while creating the illusion that venturing into the ocean posed a major health risk. Partially told as a modern-day Moby Dick, Jaws began as a book by Peter Benchley. The author can be seen briefly in the film playing a TV news reporter. Benchley's book became a major bestseller, but Universal Pictures bought the film rights long before the book was even published. To direct the movie, Universal decided on a young and promising director named Steven Spielberg. Steven, who in 1975 had only one feature film to his credit, was given 13 weeks and a $2.3 million budget to make the fishy film. But because Spielberg insisted on shooting in unpredictable ocean waters instead of a tank on a studio backlot, the budget quickly escalated to a then outrageous $8 million.
That's a 20-footer. 25. 3 tons on them.
Jaws is elevated above the typical monster movie by the story's 3 main characters. Roy Scheider as the reluctant police chief, Richard Dreyfuss as the bright young oceanographer, and Robert Shaw as the crass sea veteran. Each character is fully defined with his own very distinct personality and personal reasons for catching the giant fish. Undoubtedly, the real star of the film is the shark itself.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Affectionately nicknamed Bruce by the film crew, the Great White was actually 3 different mechanical sharks. One used to shoot the shark moving left to right, another for right to left swimming shots, and a third for surface shots of the shark emerging from the water. At times, these mechanical sharks were intercut with footage of real sharks. Here, a stunt person of diminutive size doubles for Richard Dreyfuss, so that his small body will make the real-life shark appear much bigger on screen. Cut together with footage of the mechanical shark, it's often difficult to tell the difference between the sham shark and the real thing. While shark experts may tell you that much of Jaws is ridiculous because a shark would never have a personal vendetta and terrorize the characters aboard this fishing vessel, the fact of the matter is, who cares? It's a Hollywood movie, not a National Geographic special, for Pete's sake. And as a movie, Jaws did exactly what it set out to do: scare the bathing suits off of movie audiences around the world. In '75, Jaws broke box office records and went on to receive an Academy Award nomination for Best Picture. Now, 20 years later, it stands as one of Spielberg's best films and remains the ultimate big fish story. Actors created digitally, and a real-life Harlan Ellison coming right up.
Have you ever renewed your driver's license? At a cash machine?
Nice picture.
You will. And the company that'll bring it to you? AT&T.
Worried you might have termites? Call 1-800-TERMINEX to know for sure.
Where's that number?
Nobody offers a better guarantee. Even if you've misplaced our number, just remember 1-800-TERMINEX. Call now.
You are watching the Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh no, dinner time and that steak is hard as a rock. You need Miracle Thaw, the amazing new defrosting tray that perfectly thaws any food like magic in minutes. No batteries, no wires, no rays, no sprays. Just an incredible metal that actually absorbs the heat from the air and releases it back into the frozen food. Microwaves give you dry cooked edges causing stale flavor. But now, rock hard chicken breasts are moist and tender in as little as 8 minutes. Burgers can be ready for the grill in just 10 minutes. Try this ice cube demonstration at home and you won't believe your eyes. The tray is cool to the touch, but the cube melts away like it was on a hot griddle. Amazing! Even a thick T-bone steak can be butcher block fresh in under 30 minutes. Miracle Thaw, guaranteed to thaw quickly, safely, perfectly every time. Now only $19.95.
Credit card users call toll-free 1-800-652-4242. Sorry, no CODs. Call 1-800-652-4242 to order by credit card or for direct order mail address. For quick delivery order now, call 1-800-652-4242.
You know our commentator, Harlan Ellison? Seems like he's everywhere these days. He's got his own CD-ROM adventure game. Also has his own comic book out, Dream Corridor. And it seems like I'm constantly reading his short stories in sci-fi and fantasy magazines. But most of the time, he's right around here, hanging out at Sci-Fi Buzz. Thank goodness.
Times is tough for writers. You just don't know how it is. In addition to having a steadily more illiterate audience every year, I mean, that is to say, people who don't read books, people who have forgotten the past to the extent that nostalgia becomes what they had for breakfast, we have this thing called political correctness. Now, in the world of science fiction, writers have to pay attention to what's going on around them, because science fiction is the only 100% hopeful fiction. That is to say, inherent in the form is, there will be a tomorrow. If you read a science fiction story, it says, this will happen tomorrow. Now, that's very positive. It's very pragmatic. We'll be here tomorrow. We may be unhappy. We may be all living like maggots, but we'll be here. So that means it's 100% positive. Artistic freedom, thus, becomes something that might be a little troublesome, because we deal in allegory, because we deal in the ideas that are not exactly what they are today, but they seem to be about something that we know today, and yet they're tomorrow's idea. The Jesse Helmses of the world, the Phyllis Schlaflys of the world, the Pat Buchanans of the world, the skinheads of the world find science fiction very, very, very troubling. And they want you to be politically correct. That is to say, you are not allowed to insult anyone. You can't have a character who's an unpleasant woman. You can't have an unpleasant person who has a deformity. Everybody has to be terrific. Let me tell you a story. This truly happened. A few years ago, I got a letter. I get a lot of mail. As a writer of Matters Fantastic and as a critic of the field, I get a lot of mail. And they're filled with opinions. Everybody has opinions. I have them, you have them. And we are all told from the moment we open our eyes that everyone is entitled to his or her opinion. Well, that's horsepucky, of course. We are not entitled to our opinions. We are entitled to our informed opinions. Without research, without background, without understanding, it's nothing. It's just bibble-babble. It's like a fart in a wind tunnel, folks. So I get opinions. And I get a letter one day from a guy, we'll call him Mr. Johnson. And Mr. Johnson says, you are always writing stories in which midgets are villains. Now, footnote here. When you get one of these letters, they don't say something rational like, in this story you did it, or that story you did it. It's always, you always did it. So I went back through 1,100 published stories. I found 2 stories with midgets in them. One of them was the hero. So this guy writes me and he says, I am 3 foot tall and we don't like being called midgets. We like being called little people. Well, I thought about this letter for a while, this political correctness being a problem, and I really am concerned about it, and I thought about it. And I thought about it. And I thought about it. And finally I wrote him back a letter and I said, Dear Mr. Johnson, I am 5'5". I'm a little person. You're a midget.
Silicon Valley may be the hotbed of American technological activity, and Japan may turn out nifty electronic products, but that doesn't necessarily mean they've got the world market cornered.
Hi everybody, I'm Bros, B-R-O-Z, and you're actually watching Sci-Fi Buzz, you know what I'm saying?
A French company called Media Lab has introduced Bros, the first full-figure digital actor, representing a milestone in computer-generated imaging. This computer puppet promises to provide endless possibilities for video games, television shows, and feature films.
Essentially, what's special in the company is a particular software that enables us to do live animation. So, you know, exactly in the same way that some companies do live performance with real puppets, we do it with computer puppets.
The process works by slipping a full-motion computerized bodysuit, or cyber suit, on a human actor. The actor's every move is then reflected in the digital character on screen.
It can become a fashion. You know, this is the new hairdo, cyber hairdo. There we go.
It appears fate and a tailor-made resume led Tamar Baruch into such uncharted territory.
The drama school in London, 15 years of dance training. I'm an acrobat, and I'm a very physical actress.
The Studio Canal Plus is proud to announce a major technological breakthrough by Harlan.
There's also a human puppeteer who wears a special glove and moves the mouth of the computerized puppet. Christoph Albertini says this type of puppeteering requires different skills than traditional hand methods.
When you work with the other puppets, sometimes you can work with your eyes closed, because you feel your character. That's not possible with that, because I work just with my hands, you know. So I gotta see the monitor all the time. That's very difficult to stay concentrate in a long time with that kind of puppet.
Gerard Mittal believes Media Lab has 2 or 3 years to capitalize on their cutting-edge technique before any serious competition presents itself. And the ambitious company is taking advantage of this hard-earned head start by setting up an office in Los Angeles. If all goes according to plan, Hollywood could be inundated with computer-generated or CG actors in the very near future.
You're going to see more and more fairy tales, which are beautiful family entertainment, which were not conceivable before, where you're going to see, in a very smooth way, a CG actor interacting with live actors and moving from real backgrounds to CG backgrounds without even noticing it, you know. This is going to be really the big new thing.
Goodbye, Sci-Fi Buzz. See you later.
Be back here in 2 minutes, or you'll miss a sneak peek at the future on The Cutting Edge.
Good morning.
There are headlines of interest. Have you ever had an assistant
For your 10 o'clock meeting.
who lived in your computer?
Working on those playoff tickets. Good boy.
You will. And the company that'll bring it to you, AT&T.
You'll have your face for the rest of your life. So how will you care for it today? With soap, it can overdry.
Wait a second.
Noxzema conditions as it cleans.
Is that right?
So from even the first wash, your skin can be softer, smoother, healthier looking. You only have one face. Be careful who you trust it to.
America's favorite bad golfer is back.
That will go down as the greatest shot in golf history.
It's Leslie Nielsen's all-new Bad Golf My Way.
From now on, we are going to play normal, proper golf.
Call now to order. Leslie Nielsen's Bad Golf My Way. It's not how you win, it's how the other guy loses.
Call now to order Leslie Nielsen's Bad Golf My Way. Call 1-800-652-4242.
Weird Science. Saturday nights at 10 on USA.
You are watching Sci-Fi Buzz on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Adventurous nature lover seeks outdoor type for getaway weekends. Must like camping and hiking. Interest in kayaking a plus. Ownership of Jeep Cherokee a definite plus. Social climbing highbrows need not apply. P.S. Please send picture of Jeep Cherokee. Have you ever kept an eye on your home when you're not at home? Or gotten a phone call?
Hello. How was your day?
On your wrist?
Beautiful.
You will. And the company that'll bring it to you, AT&T.
On this week's Cutting Edge, we make contact with the future, a world of video computer phones,
I want to take you out to dinner tonight.
portable transguide systems, and database searchers. A world where even doctors will once again make house calls electronically. That's if California's Pacific Bell gets its way. By providing a new network of fiber optics with coaxial cables, you'll be able to transmit all kinds of information. That includes sending your own EKG right to your doctor. Pacific Bell's Dan Dorensky.
She was able to converse with her doctor from her house, which is probably a far more comfortable setting for her, which means she might also get a more accurate reading of her medical situation. Also gives her doctor access to her on a far more timely basis and gives him the ability to interact with other hospitals to analyze the data. So you have, say, a doctor in a small town who has access to, say, Stanford University Medical Center.
Once the new network is built, it's just a matter of tapping into the hardware, and you won't be able to resist.
Just like when Gutenberg started printing books, that created a desire or a perceived need for people to learn to read. And then that expanded from the Bible to other types of books. And as you have the network in place, then who knows what you can put on it. It's, you know, limited to the imagination of the people who invent products and services.
But buyer beware. Experts say there's a product cycle that lasts about 18 months. And what's in today is out in a year or two. But those same experts agree it's worth the cost.
You will have access probably to more information than you'll ever know what to do with, but if there's something you want to know, you'll be able to find out.
You'll also find out that in the future, it's much easier to keep in touch. Staff, is George in from Marin yet? No? Hey, Dave, help me fill some time then.
Okay.
Introduce one of our behind-the-scenes staff members here.
Well, Mike, this is Lightning. He is brought in by our edit assistant into Bay 5. Mark brings Lightning in, and he's our good luck charm.
Was he work half-time?
Yeah, well,
no.
Half pay.
Yeah. George here yet? No. No? Should we start without him? What the heck? Gotta go. See you next week for Sci-Fi Buzz.
The mysteries of aliens, the magic of Houdini, the miracles of angels. Now the real stories, people, and events are explained in a thrilling new series, Mysteries, Magic, and Miracles, hosted by Patrick McNee. Coming up next.